My first guest is Carmine Marchionda, Executive Director of ARC of Rockland. Welcome, Carmine.
Thank you. Thank you, George, for having me.
So, Carmine, delighted to have you on as our guest. You know, ARC of Rockland is an incredibly important not-for-profit, not just here in Clarkstown, located in Clarkstown, but in Rockland County and within the region. You are somebody that's brought a very cutting-edge approach to ARC of Rockland and in the number of years that you've been there. So before we get to that, though, let's give our viewers, the residents of Clarkstown, the opportunity to learn a little bit about you. So maybe you could speak about your background and how you got into not-for-profit service.
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm from a family of caregivers in the health and hospital field. So young age, I started out as a caregiver in a local hospital in New Jersey, and I really enjoyed the service. So I studied. I'm a licensed nursing home administrator both in New Jersey and New York, and I got my first opportunity to work in a government facility, and I did that for 3 years and had a good run, was very successful, and moved to another smaller little sleepy community in the northern part of New Jersey, and I ran that county nursing home for a few years, and I had the fortunate opportunity to move up in the government ranks to be the county administrator or executive in that county, which was Sussex County.
Sussex County.
And I had a good several years in government, and I really missed the connection with people and the human service field, and I really came back into it. In particular, I came back into the disability field, and I worked in Bergen County as a president of a nonprofit there for 10 years, and then I was really intrigued with ARC of Rockland and its offerings, a real proactive, forward-thinking organization, and I landed here about 4 years ago, so I'm really pleased to be here.
So just a brief, what was it like, because you've really worn both hats, you know,
Right.
and some of the kind of, I'm doing it in reverse of what you had done.
Right.
I had worked in the not-for-profit sector and then segued into government. You would really, kind of work not-for-profit, then into government, and now back into not-for-profit. But what was it like, what's the difference between working as a government administrator and working as a not-for-profit executive?
Well, I think I was fortunate. I came through the ranks working at the lower levels of government and was recognized for my business and financial background, and I really had no interest in the political side of the business, which is hard to envision when you're in government. So I always managed as if I was managing a business. I looked at keen business decisions, financial decisions with my human service heart, so to speak, and that carried me through. And so when it came time to move back over to human services, the adjustment was really an easy one. I had to learn the tax issues, the municipal relationships with government, the state, county, municipal, dealings. I enjoyed all of that, but I really missed the direct service opportunity and provision. So, ARC of Rockland affords that. I'm a hands-on executive and very involved in the programs, and so. I think that's what they were looking for when they were, searching for new leadership, and I think I brought the right background of government, healthcare, and nonprofit management.
Absolutely, it's really a changing culture within the not-for-profit world. Certainly with the Affordable Care Act that's come in and the restructuring that's taken place that Governor Cuomo has kind of initiated over his couple of terms as governor now. Maybe you could speak a little bit to that. One of the big developments recently over at ARC of Rockland and Camp Venture, all the other agencies that run sheltered workshops, they're now being closed or are closed. Maybe just tell our viewers what a sheltered workshop is,
Sure.
and what's going on with ARC, with their workshop and the programs that are going to come after that.
Sheltered Workshop is a program that provides, in our case, we provided packaging services and other light manufacturing type assistance to businesses here in Rockland County, and the individuals who worked in that workshop were able to earn sub-minimum wage. So they earned a piece rate based on the number of pieces they could assemble or package in an hour. They were paid comparable to minimum wage. The reality, though, because of each person's abilities, some individuals really earned a very low wage. In some cases, on the low side, 10, 15 cents an hour. Nationally, there's a real push against the sheltered workshops. And so we were one of those organizations in New York that provided a solid, strong sheltered workshop program, and we did fairly well at it. I think when I joined the organization, we really started to have discussions about, is that the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to provide real low wages to individuals, benefiting businesses in the community? But really, we took a step back and said we really need to look at each person and come up with a plan for that person. For some individuals, it was competitive employment. For other individuals, they wanted to retire. And for some, they wanted to prefer social activities in the community. So we made a decision to close the sheltered workshop. Other organizations have made similar decisions. And it's certainly a statewide as well as a national move away from sub-minimum wage opportunities. Right. So we worked on it 2 years. We were the recipient of a grant from the state of New York to provide a person-centered approach to closing the workshop. And we had a great team effort. Everybody worked collaboratively in the organization, the families, the community. And we had 140 people that needed to find a place to land that was really something of interest to them. And we worked real hard to find a personal spot for each person.
Right. And so one of the things you've really kind of more segue into now is you're really an entrepreneurial type executive director, and it's clear to see from the avenues and the areas in which you're taking the agency now with the support of your board. And so you really, let's focus in a little bit about some of the employment opportunities. And there might be folks that are watching this program that are business owners that, how can they connect with ARC of Rockland, and what are some of the employment opportunities that you're bringing to the fore? And I think based on that, we can also then go into some of the other small businesses that you've created.
Sure. I mean, we probably have upwards of 100 individuals right now that are working actively in the community. They're working in the shopping stores, retail markets, food service industry, human services, hotel and food establishments providing support, whether it's doing dishes, whether it's greeting people, whether it's packaging, whether it's working the register or the counter. So there's great opportunities we provide, as well as the government provides a lot of incentives to employ people with disabilities. If you're a business in Rockland County, you're not familiar with those incentives, you got to reach out to us. There's tax breaks, there's work tryout periods, there's a lot of opportunities and we also provide job coaching support for the individual. But we have another 100 people, plus or minus, that really have struggled in the workforce. And so for those individuals, we've really created a community connections program where we're partnering with other nonprofits and we're providing volunteer opportunities for those individuals to support, provide assistance. And it's also a good job tryout for them to work on social skills, work on interacting with the public, and that's led to other employment opportunities. But from our perspective, waiting for jobs is difficult, and waiting for a collaboration, we want it. It takes some time. So we've stepped out in front, and we've purchased some of our own businesses here in Rockland County.
I know Strawtown Jewelry right on Main Street, New City, across from the courthouse.
Yeah, Strawtown Jewelry Store on New City was our first entree out into the retail marketplace. Small store, boutique jewelry items. We provide job coaching to individuals with disabilities who work there, as well as we have people without disabilities that work at the store as well. The Glaze Pottery and Art Studio in Orangeburg, we purchased that business as well at the late part of this year. We just opened that up, grand opening under our ownership, and it's providing work opportunities and great opportunities to bring the community into ARC of Rockland to work on. In this case, art-related projects. We have got a partnership with the Vision Sports Club over in Pearl River, where we have a what we call a Without Walls program. Right. People in the community. It's not about classrooms anymore. It's not about buildings and facilities. It's more about people with and without disabilities living and functioning together in the community. And so the Vision Sports Club is an opportunity where we've rented space there to run programs and services there, and it's in a fitness center atmosphere, and the individuals start their day there and they go out into the public and they're volunteering at the libraries, they're working in different projects. We're pushing out from our large office building in Congers, and it's a major shift for our organization. Right. Yeah.
Right. Now, and I guess we only have a minute or so left, but in that time, your ARC of Rockland is a dynamic agency organization. If I remember correctly, your budget's probably in excess of 40 million or thereabouts. You've got 30 group homes, or give or take.
Yeah, we have about 35 program sites in Rockland County. I think we're the 16th largest employer in Rockland County. We're about a $42 million operating budget. Our employees now, we're up over 700 employees.
Wow.
You know, we touch a lot of lives, about 1,300 people a year. We support both children and adults, and we're really, we're really proud to be part of this community, and we're really, vested. Our board members are volunteers. They're all parents, mostly parents and business people from the community.
Right.
And we're all about Rockland County and the people that live here. So.
And I think you probably have one of the finest, if not the finest event of the year out of all the not-for-profits with the Taste of Rockland,
Absolutely,
which runs, typically in September. If I'm
right in the fall of each year, local restaurants and beverage purveyors provide a great contribution to our organization, and we have a Taste of Rockland. You can check it out on our website and from last year, and take a look at what's coming up for 2017. It's our 64th anniversary next year. And we've got a good presence here, and
So if again, how can people help if we're into the new year now as the show airs? If people are looking to get involved, if they want to volunteer, if they want to support the agency, how do they get in contact with you or Arc of Rockland?
You can access the website, which is www.arcofrockland.org. You can call. We're accessible. We're located in Congers. We've got programs throughout Rockland County. We're looking for opportunities to volunteer in your business or your nonprofit organization. We're looking for places for people to work and be meaningfully employed. And we're looking for creative business opportunities as well. So if you're aware of a unique opportunity in Rockland for a nonprofit to be a collaborator with you, you should give us a call, because we'd be a good match with you.
Great. Well, Carmine, I want to thank you for being such a wonderful guest.
Thank you very much.
And,
appreciate it.
Want to wish you much success in 2017 as you go forward in your leadership position as the Executive Director of Arc of Rockland. Much success.
Thank you very much.
Coming up next, Sean McGee, Rockland County veteran and business owner.